Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to Regional Scrum Gathering, Kolkata. So, welcome all to on board. So, uh, today, in our personal life and professional life, typically we work in set patterns, which blocked us to explore the possibility and the world of opportunities. So today we're going to learn how to break it and open up new possibility for expansion and growth. So to take this journey, Amir will lead us, and let's have introduction with him. And he's a first certified team coach in Europe, and he's also a volunteer of Global European Scrum Gathering, and also Global Scrum Gathering Vienna 2019, as well as the Global Scrum Gathering Lisbon 2021. In additionally, he is also a team member of CTC review team member and the Women in Agile 2020 mentor. And he's also the founder of the first Scrum Alliance user group in Romania. So let's welcome Amir Peled to share his thoughts and our workshop. Over to Amir.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Really excited being here. I live in Bucharest, Romania, and just like you, I'm a human being. I'd like to share with you an awesome tool which I use with my clients. We can speak about leaders, we can speak about as part of retrospectives for teams. Doesn't matter with whom. The idea behind it is that we all face some challenges and we are creative. And the tool that I'm going to show you will help you to unlock that creativity within you and find your own solutions. What I'd like you to do next is type into the feed without hitting enter in one word what breaking free means to you. Okay, so please type in the chat without hitting enter. What does breaking free mean to you? Let's go ahead. Right, now that you brought your ideas, please hit enter and let's see what's going on. Right, empowerment, B, choice, being yourself, independence, born free. So why not to break free? Freedom, yeah, free. Excellent, your voice, yes. What I'd like you to do next is please grab a piece of paper and something to write on. And meanwhile, I'm going to share with you in the feed a link that we are going to use throughout this workshop. No stress. Yeah. Once you have your piece of paper handy, I'd like you to divide it into 3 sections. In the top, you're going to write challenge. In the first container, you're going to write down card 1. Second container, card 2. Third container, card 3. And please don't forget to write today's date. Also, please have a look at the link that I provided you. Feel free to download the Google slides and let's get started. So I mentioned process map. What do I mean by that? So basically, we are going to explore 2 different process maps, one of which is called past, present, future, whereas the other one is called gain and loss. What I'd like you to do next is on the piece of paper, write a challenge that you are facing right now. For instance, it can be a challenge with, I don't get along with a team member. It can be that I feel too much pressure from my boss. I don't know what to do. It can be during these crazy times. Shall I stay in my current work or shall I try to find a different job? So these are kind of examples that you can use. What I'd like you to do is to find your own specific challenge, think about it, and write it down on the piece of paper. Now I invite you to have a look at slide number 3. Perhaps it can be also a good idea for me if I'm going to share my screen. Hold on for a second, and I'm going to share it. And you can find it here. So right now we are in slide number 3. What will happen next is that you're going to choose randomly 3 cards which are available from slides number 4 to 6. What you need to do is to write down on the piece of paper the title of card number 1, the title of card number 2, and the title of card number 3. And what do I mean by title? So if I go, for instance, to slide number 4, you can see that there is an image, and below the image, there is a title called Mediocrity. So if, for instance, I decided to pick it as card number 2, I'm going to write next to card number 2 on the piece of paper, Mediocrity. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. By now, I hope that you have the piece of paper, you wrote down your challenge, you divided the sections, and my invitation to you is to determine which of the 9 cards which I provided you from slide number 4 to slide number 6 inclusive, you are going to choose from. Now, the idea with using piece of paper, some of your challenges might be quite personal, and you might not feel comfortable with sharing it with other people, which is fine. Okay, so for that reason, I decided that we are going to use a piece of paper, which will help you to determine what is the challenge that you are facing and you'd like to explore the most. And my invitation to you is to choose 3 cards out of the 9 and write down the title. Now, let the fun begin. We are on slide number 7. You need to choose now a specific process map, which is going to have 3 different questions. If your challenge has to do more with what happened in the past, and it has continuity in the present and also to the future, feel free to choose past, present, future. However, if you feel like in your challenge, you need to balance and you need to weigh what you might lose versus what you might gain out of it, please choose gain and loss. Once you are going to choose that specific process map, you see that in slide number 7, there is a question below it. That's going to be the first question, which is related to the first card that you wrote down. So for instance, I chose focus for card number 1. So the question that I picked up is what happened in the past, and I need to think, okay, what focus has to do with what happened in the past and with my specific challenge. Now, To help to stimulate your creativity, you can see that below each picture, there's also a story that you can zoom in. There are also some specific quotes. There is also some questions that you can have a look. Another perspective to have a look at is, what does this picture mean? Why did Amir decide to put that picture and not another one? What's so unique about the colors? And these questions and some additional ones you can see to the right of slide number 7. So what I'd like you to do next is, for the next 8 minutes, you will think about the challenge that you have. You will work on card number 1 only. You will start with the process map that you picked up. Let it be past, present, future versus gain and loss. And you are going to focus and deep dive on the specific question. Now, before I start the stopwatch, are there any questions from the audience? That's right, 1 card in each section. There are 3 sections, only 1 card that you pick up randomly goes to 1 section. That's right. Are you ready to give it a try? All right, let's get started. You have 8 minutes, thumbs up, and I will let you know once we are halftime through and 1 minute left. Go ahead and explore. You have 4 minutes left. Last minute. And we are back. Time is up. You may have found that there was not sufficient time, which is fine. Okay, we are just experimenting with that tool. If you need to reflect more, you can do it after the session is over. And perhaps you thought, wow, there was too much time allocated. I finished everything within the first couple of minutes, which is fine too. What I really wanted you to do is to get deep and see what's going on inside you. Speaking of which, I invite you to the next slide. And I'd like you, that is slide number 8, and I'd like you to keep with the process map that you chose. So if you chose past, present, future, please stick with it. If you chose gain and loss, stick with that too. Now you are going to repeat the exercise for the second time, yet with a different card and different set of questions. I'm going to give you 8 minutes for the second exercise, and I will briefly review whether there are some questions within the chat. In the chat, are the burning questions? No? Okay. 8 minutes from now, get deeper, open up, and let's get started. 8 minutes. Yes, sure. I will share the paper. So we finished the first container, and now we are in the second container. And the second container also have the title of the second card chosen by you. Kashfia, is it okay? Yeah, you're welcome. Sure, here you go. Thank you, Aaron. 4 minutes left. Half the time is up. Last minute. And welcome back. So far, we determined a specific challenge that we have. We worked with card number 1, card number 2. Now it's time for card number 3. You're going to see all the necessary details on the next slides. And this time, I'm going to allocate only 5 minutes and share with you afterwards what are the next steps that you can take as homework. So let's explore card number 3 and the questions related to that. 5 minutes starting from now. Half the time is gone. You have 2 minutes and a half left. Alberto, could you hear me? Thank you. Yes, we have started with card number 3. Last minute. And we are back again. Let me briefly share with you what's going to happen after this session. My invitation to you is to explore the last two slides where you are going to use either the back of the paper or another paper and reflect on what is the most significant insight you had from the entire exercise. And the last section, breaking free. What can you do? What is the action that you'll take in the next 24 hours, in the next week, in the next month? My name is Amir Peled. Please contact me with your questions via LinkedIn. I'll be happy to connect and tell me how this workshop was for you. Thank you so much for attending this workshop.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you for this ice-breaking concept. So, thank you for your wonderful way of delivery. Thanks to all. So, I'd like to share again, repeat one point what Amir mentioned. If you guys have any question, so you can ask him over the LinkedIn. So he's available over there, and he will answer. So thank you very much. Thank you all to join with us in RSG Kolkata. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.